I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. I want to recap just a couple things that we've done this morning. We're getting ready for 10 o'clock, the DCCC show. I'm going to push the story back until tomorrow. I haven't forgot about it. We'll talk about this tomorrow. But see, let me tell you what Dr. Boyan is 100%, not 99, not 98, 100% correct on. Dr. Boyan is 100% correct. Why did I discuss Muslim? Why did that come up? If you Google Dr. Boyan's name, you will find article after article about him being the first Muslim. Why? I did not write these articles. These articles are out there, okay? First Muslim Republican candidate for U.S. Congress, Dr. Muhammad Ali Boyan, announces his candidacy for 6th Congressional District. That was on January 13th. Why didn't the headline just say one of Atlanta's top 100 business movers and shakers, Dr. Muhammad Ali Boyan, announces his candidacy for 6th Congressional District? Why not? See, I didn't write this. Google his name. Why? Look at all the accolades, okay? You have a candidate like John Ossoff, has absolutely no background. You got that picture of Ossoff? Put that up. There's a reason I want to show it. Now, you have a candidate, Dr. Muhammad Ali Boyan, and I would ask you to Google Dr. Boyan today. This is John Ossoff, the man boy. He's a man child, okay? This is the man child, Ossoff, the prodigal son of the DNC. And he's with John Lewis, the guy that lied. No, he didn't lie. Only Donald Trump lies. He's there with John Lewis, the guy that lied, that said he would not attend Donald Trump's inauguration, and he had never missed until then an inauguration of a president of the United States until the Donald Trump, which we found out very quickly he lied, okay? So there's John Lewis, and we can go on and on. There's the man-child, John Ossoff, with John Lewis that has endorsed him. Oh, the DCCC, I'm telling you. And then we have Hank Johnson, okay? Now, wasn't Hank Johnson the congressman that said if we continue to build up the military base, was it Guam? I'm just going to say, I'm just using a name. You could Google this later, but said, was it Hank Johnson that said if we continue to build up military off the island, on the island, it would tip over? Just Google it. All right, we don't have time to make fun of that. Hank Johnson said the island would tip over. Okay, so you got John Lewis, you got Hank Johnson, you got the man-child there, Ossoff. So, but okay, now read the headlines for. And there's a reason I did this, and not to disrespect Dr. Boyan. Go ahead and take that picture down. You know, you are doing an outstanding job of getting the pictures up. You're doing an outstanding job of the video. You're doing an outstanding job of the rotation. The only thing that you haven't picked up on yet is how to read my mind to know when I have looked at these people long enough. That one, and I don't know if we could ever get that one, but Sam, I've looked at John Lewis and Hank there a little too long. Now, let me get to this. Google Dr. Boyan, and it will have the headlines, first Muslim Republican candidate for U.S. Congress. You can look at that and look at that. Now, the other thing is with Dr. Boyan, my apology, because he's 100% right. The media, the fake news that continued to say, see, he did not say the executive orders were Muslim bans, but he did say the court has spoken. Probably the first candidate interview I've done yet that I'm going to take a little bit of issue with and be just a little critical of. I have a lot of respect for Dr. Boyan. He, in one area, said that politicians mess this up. But why do we continually hold these judges up on such high pedestals that every time a judge does something, we have to say the court has spoken? The media's called it a Muslim ban. They call it a Muslim ban on all the round tables, the educated people, the people that are much more educated than I am on Sunday mornings. NBC, ABC, CBS, they all call it a Muslim ban. You can Google that over and over and over. Donald Trump has used a Muslim ban in his campaign. I just thought that was important to clear up with Dr. Boyan there. So let me move on from that. John Ossoff, folks, if you do not get involved in the 6th Congressional District and pick a candidate, I seen polling yesterday with Ossoff in the lead, okay? John Ossoff in the lead. He's got the money. You could not watch a college basketball game. You could not watch any of the Sunday morning news programs. You could not. I don't care where you were at in Georgia. You could not do that and not see a John Ossoff commercial, okay? You couldn't. He has the money, the DCCC. Nancy Pelosi, he has the backing of Nancy. Will Nancy tell him what to do in the 6th District? Have you let the voters of the 6th District know that their next congressman could actually be a puppet for Nancy Pelosi? Whew. Have you got that? What are you doing to help? Now, here is what I think the game plan is. 11 Republicans, should all 11 go after this candidate? All 11. Because what all 11 need to do, now here's the thing, and this is where they're politicians. They are politicians. What you need in the runoff are 2 Republicans. You need 2 Republicans, and then you could have 2 Republicans banging heads about what is the right way, who supports the president, who is conservative, who is a moderate. You need 2 Republicans. You do not need, you're not listening. I can just tell you're not listening. Because there's 11 Republican candidates. And what you don't understand is you do not need John Ossoff and some moderate Republican. I'm not going to name them right now. I will name names. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. You listen to these interviews. You pick up who's not on the interview list. Pick it up, baby. You know who is not on there. The safe candidates. Oh, hell yes. Let's just say it. You got a couple of them playing it safe. Because they don't want to ask. I got 11 candidates I've even asked the Democrats, is there anything you see that Donald Trump has done that you could support? I've asked all. It don't matter if you're Republican, Independent, Democrat. I've asked all of them. Is there anything? There's a couple safe candidates that do not want to have that question. Is there anything you could support the president on? Do you support the president? They don't want that question. I am so up to here with these damn safe candidates. So let me calm down here. Let me tell you what we need to do. We need Ossoff to be number 3. I apologize for getting worked up. We need Ossoff to be number 3. You need to find 2 for the 6th district. You need to find 2 Republican candidates in the runoff that you can vet and see who is going to be the conservative candidate to go to Washington, D.C. for the 6th district. You don't want a choice of Ossoff and that safe, moderate candidate that is not going to represent the 6th district in a conservative way. Just saying. But that's what I seem to think the game plan is. Yes, Ossoff's going to get in. He's got the money. He's got the money. He's got the backing. He's going to get in the runoff. Here's what I have heard that just turns my friggin' ears red. Well, he'll never get past the runoff. Well, let me just break something to you. You've got 11 Republican candidates that a couple of them you don't want to get past the runoff. Just saying. Have you thought about that? Out of the 11, there's a handful of them that you don't really want to send them. Well, they are Republicans. At least we'll be sending Republicans and we won't lose a seat. Folks, we need Ossoff to be number 3. That means he will not be in the runoff and it will be over. You don't need to take the challenge. Don't take the damn Ossoff challenge. It sounds like that's what get a moderate or a liberal Republican. Because what you got is you got a Republican out there saying, I will push back on Donald Trump. You watch what happens. If a Republican runs against Ossoff, the Republican will cave and they will go through that district saying, I'm the one that'll push back on Donald Trump. Trust me. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. You got to support Donald Trump today. You could take the videotape and you could hang me with the videotape and say, but you said this just yesterday. I watched him in Kentucky last night. I know he has worked. I know, like Steve Bannon said at CPAC. Remember what Steve Bannon said at CPAC? If you think that they are going to give your country back without a fight, you're badly mistaken. This is going to be a daily fight. So we have put up with Obamacare. We live to talk about it. We have put up with all this garbage, Obama and Nancy Pelosi. We live to talk about it. If the President of the United States walks in and says to your congressman, vote for this bill, I'm telling you now, vote for the bill. Period. End of discussion. Vote for it. Give your President of the United States this win. He gave you, no wait, I said, oh, compromise. I know what you're saying out there. You have heard on this show me, I don't understand compromise. If I'm right and you're wrong, what the hell? What am I compromising? Why am I giving up? You know, I'm just saying. All right, I know people are judging me right now through the camera, but I don't quite understand compromises sometimes, okay? Compromise, let me tell you what the hell compromise is. It's when you and your wife are discussing where you want to go eat and she tells you where you're going and you think you compromised. There you go, you're done. Outside of that, I don't understand compromise if you're right. Period. Oh, I almost got through the show. You have to support your President of the United States today. I'm not asking you to compromise. I'm asking you to do the right thing, because let me tell you what, he did the right thing for you. He's keeping his promises. He is keeping his promises. If Donald Trump says, trust me, I will make all 3 of these prongs work, which I'll tell you, I'm holding my heart like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this. But if Donald Trump, because let me tell you something, Neil Gorsuch, you can't complain. You're getting a Supreme Court. I said on this show many times over and over, the issue in this campaign cannot be overlooked. Supreme Court. We had a 4-4 court. We had Judge Antonin Scalia that died mysteriously. To me, it was mysteriously, but we'll move right along on that, okay? The coroner has spoken. It's just like the coroner has spoken, okay? He was dead. Pillow over his face. I don't know. Anyhow, so we have a 4-4 court. We need a conservative on the court, okay? And I'm not saying jokes, okay? Because we need a conservative on the court. Just think of this. Just think. We need a conservative on the Supreme Court so we don't have to worry about going to the bathroom and standing next to a he, she. I'm serious. That's what we've come to. But the point is, he gave you Neil Gorsuch. Gave you Scott Pruitt and the EPA. I'm serious, folks. He gave you Betsy DeVos, and he's putting in the budget to increase funding for private and school choice or whatever, right? Look at what this guy has done. Nothing he's really done. His actions speak louder than words. His actions have been to keep his campaign promises. That's what I'm saying. So I'm telling you right now, I'm going with, if the President of the United States goes to Capitol Hill today and says, vote for this, Doug Collins, you are our congressman, vote for it. If the president comes today and says, Doug Collins, vote for this, Doug Collins, vote for it. And I think you should call your congressman and tell him the same thing. That's what I think. I understand. I'm going to support the president. I will push back where necessary. It's time for the DCCC show. Tomorrow, tune in. I have some phone calls. I'm going to do a story on high-speed fiber optic cable in North Georgia. Yes, I'm going to do a story on that tomorrow. And I'm going to give you a list of things that you also should call your congressman and tell them. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. It is now time for the DCCC show. Stay tuned. And then George's opinion. But I know one thing, I'm out of here. If you would ever push the button and get me out of here, I'd be gone.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the Tri